while we are on the Newcastle Knights, Dave, Matt Arthur signs with them today.
Yes, he has. Matt Arthur, under-19s New South Wales dummy half, formerly with Parramatta, obviously the son of former Eels coach Brad Arthur, has signed a 3-year deal with the Newcastle Knights. Now, it continues a bit of stockpiling of dummy halves at the moment at the Knights. They currently have, obviously, Jaden Brayley, Phoenix Crossland, and now Matt Arthur in the footy club. They have indicated to Jaden Brayley that he's free to move on at the end of this year.
Is there any movement there?
Not at this stage, Braith. And so it leads to an interesting scenario on whether they're going to have too many there.
They've also got some pretty good kids coming through, you know, in the same position. And they've brought another one in over the top of the own ones they've been developing, who are pretty handy football.
So just generally, where are the Knights heading at the moment? Are they on the way up, or have they got some trouble ahead of them?
Oh, I've got concerns, Braith. I've got to admit, and I just think there's a complete over-reliance on Kalen Ponga. And if you look at that performance against the Sharks, I thought it was most disappointing, to be honest. The Sharks had 7 players out, 7 starters out, and couldn't close the game. And again, it's so much reliant on Kalen Ponga. And it comes back to their halves, which, respectfully, are solid NRL players, not star halves in their own right, of which are all on contract next year. And so until they make some moves to take some spine pressure off Kalen, I can't see them making a grand final in the next couple of years.
They can't really make moves, though, because apparently their cap's full, right? That's what they're trying to offload players.
Absolutely,
So they can't even go and really sign someone of significant.
Which speaks to the Daniel Saifidi situation, guys. Like, so he was told several months ago.
So they're going to be weaker next year, and if Kalen didn't go on that 10-game run, there would have been real problems.
But they
he
signed
saved a lot of jobs.
They signed
absolutely
the current coach, the current administration. They signed Tyson Gamble. They signed Jackson Hastings. They signed, you know, Cogger that came there. All these guys are on their watch. And now they're not good enough, or what is it? Because Adam O'Brien, he got a 3-year contract extension at the end of last year because Ponga caught fire. And it wasn't as if there were other clubs, you know, knocking down the door to try and sign Adam O'Brien. And so they've got themselves in a situation where what they've got is what they've got. And they've done it to themselves. And I don't think that, like you said, like the Sharks had a stack of players out. They had every right to win that game, and they didn't. And I know that there's some controversy involved. But, yeah...
But who's the boss there, Phil Gardner?
That's right,
Does he know what he's doing?
Well, he's very good at running leagues clubs.
No, that's not a footy club.
No. Which is probably why they've gone and appointed Peter O'Sullivan in that head of recruitment role to try and fix what is... Again, I just think it's a flawed roster with so much over-reliance on Kalen. And to your point, Braith, unless they create space and try and make a move for one of these big high-profile halves that aren't available until 26...
Well, there was talk a few weeks ago that they wanted Pezzett from Melbourne. But even if that doesn't happen, and again, they've signed these blokes, brought them to the club, and now lost faith in them and made it clear that they've lost faith in them.
Well, they're buying underneath Jaden Brayley. Daniel Saifidi is the one I was going to mention earlier, guys. He's been tapped on the shoulder, said he can move around. At this point in time, it's Saints are waiting to see what's doing with Regan Campbell-Gillard. They may be left stuck with Daniel Saifidi on a significant salary.
All right, watch this space with the Newcastle Knights now.